Welcome, everyone, to the Living Oneness Gathering. I am your host, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here with you once again, joining our hearts and uniting in love for each other and our planet as we shift consciousness from head to heart. Where do we begin today? Let's see. There's a curious energy. There's a lot of mm, activity in the air, is the feeling I have in the way of just the planets and the sun is sending a lot of interesting energy right now. The moon is really shifting frequencies as well as Mother Earth, of course, is always shifting and evolving along with us. So I'm noticing a lot of shifts on a daily level and even on a hour to hour as we go through the day. It can feel very different in the morning versus at night. What I'm finding for me, because I'm a hyper highly sensitive person, I know a lot of you are highly sensitive people, healers, empaths, and just sensitive. You'll be more sensitive to the energies and shifts and changes than the average individual that might be out in the world. So, recognizing that you're going to need a little bit more downtime, a little bit more time away from the crowds, or you might find that you want to stay home a little bit more. You want to kind of really be in an environment that feels a little bit more nurturing or supportive and not so inundated by different energies. So my home environment is very well contained, and I use different technology to keep the field of my home and my property very clean. So it's like a beautiful heart scrub all the time, and it's always the energy is always in resonance. And if there's any discordant energy that enters the field of my home, then it gets burned off, cleared, or transmuted. And for me, that's like the most important thing right now for me to have, because the work I'm doing and the depth that I'm working cosmically, globally, and then individually, even when I work one on one or within the community, I need the space, my space, to be really pure and clear and clean. And there's not a lot of spaces in the world right now that are pure, clear, and clean. And I've even noticed different areas of the globe. If you go to different power points, power spots, different sacred sites, some of them, a lot of them right now are either in an evolution or being broken down and or kind of broken. So different areas of the world that I would go before, and recently in the last couple of years I had gone to a specific healing space, and I could feel there used to be three powerful energy vortexes on the property, and I could feel all three of them not functioning. One was completely not moving at all. The other two were moving in weird directions. You could feel they were very discordant. They weren't flowing anymore. So while I was there on site, I had gone for healing, but while I was there, I actually fixed the vortexes, actually got them working again so that they would actually purify the site, the whole location. So there's a lot of that happening right now too. So you might find that you go to certain spaces or places that you used to feel really nurtured by, and maybe you don't feel as nurtured anymore. You could have outgrown that, the energy of that space, and you're kind of expanded beyond it. So it's not giving you the lift or the support that it used to, because your frequency's changed and it's not in alignment with that lower frequency anymore. Sometimes the frequency of the site itself has changed and it's not working anymore. I think I have to sneeze. No, maybe not. We'll see. So just keep in mind that you need to approach everything, meet everything very fresh and new. Like the world is a blank canvas, and everything that used to work may no longer work. Things that used to be a problem may actually be the solution now. Things that used to nurture you may no longer nurture you. Things that used to trigger you may actually be the thing that nurtures you now. So, really being wide open to anything, attached to nothing, letting go of everything that was, so that you can really meet everything as it is now and as your needs are now, because they're changing dramatically and they're changing at an accelerated rate. So, there's certain things that are going to come in for you that you may have previously judged as not helpful or experienced as not helpful, and they may actually be exactly what you need. They may be the answer to a prayer. So be wide open, unattached, and really curious. If your mind is already decided about something, then that's a closed mind. So we need to have an open mind. So as we dive in today, we'll go through a healing experience and whatever is needed for the group who's here live with us and who is ever listening later to the replay at any time. The intention is to support and deliver the message and deliver the experience for healing, for awakening, for recognizing and remembering who you are. The intention is to serve all that will be ever listening to this. And if you are guided back to it at some point, then just know that there's maybe another message or another layer of the message that you will be ready to receive at that time. So following your guidance is really, really essential, and discerning what your guidance is, what your intuition is leading you to, and what your intuition is leading you away from is an essential practice. And I talked about that last week. So we'll go through a healing journey, and then I'll open it up for some space for some intuitive readings toward the end. And we'll just do some readings through the chat, and we'll see where we go. So let's dive in. So take a deep breath in, rest your eyes closed. And as you let the breath fall out, just really sink in and soften the body as much as you can. So with each breath, with each exhale, let go of any unnecessary tension or any tightness or areas that you're holding out of habit. And even relaxing the jaw. You can even relax the jaw and rest the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And that can open up the breathing channel, but it can also open up the muscles in the throat. As you take some more deep breaths, just imagine melting tension. If there's tension that sticks around, it's okay. What we're doing in this initial part here is letting go of any tension that you're holding for no reason. Sometimes we hold out of habit. Sometimes we had maybe something that created a little bit of tension earlier, something that happened and affected us mentally or emotionally, and we're still holding that tension in the body for no reason. Sometimes there's default settings in our physical body. And as we breathe and become present and shine light on those default settings, we can change them. Sometimes we can hold patterns in our face, the muscles of our face, the fascia in the body. Sometimes we even hold on to a default setting for an emotion, kind of always being anxious or on guard, worried. Worry is often a habit, and then it becomes a default pattern, a default setting. But if you're in a constant state of worry, then the body is in a constant state of reaction to the worry. So the nervous system won't actually fully relax and let go. It's worried about what may or may not happen, so it's always on guard. Or it's worried about what did happen, still holding on to the past. And life is occurring now in this present moment, right here. Everything's unfolding right here now. So practicing present moment awareness, opening up space in the mind as you bring in curiosity and wonderment. Opening the mind even further if you let go of everything you think you know and everything you think you don't know, and approach this moment like a blank canvas. And if you invite your awareness to drop into your heart space, the center of your chest is your heart center. This is an energy center that occupies the whole chest, front, back, sides. The physical heart is on the left of the chest, but the energy center of the heart is the entire space of the chest. And if you imagine the energy center as a sphere, a ball of light, a ball of energy, don't worry about what color it should be or what that energy should look like. Just be with what it is. Meet it as it is in this moment. It may feel empty, abandoned, or even quiet. It may feel like a bit of a ghost town in there. Or you may notice a lot of emotion. You may notice energy flowing. You may notice density, a contraction. Or you may feel neutral in that space, or you may feel expanded and light. There's no right or wrong in this moment. It's just about creating awareness, noticing what is in the heart space. And placing your right hand in the center of your chest on the sternum so that the palm is touching the sternum and then your fingertips are touching toward the left of the sternum, which is around where the physical heart is. And bringing awareness to the energy center of the heart space, but also the physical heart on the left. So you may start to feel the physical heartbeat. And you may not feel that physical heartbeat with your fingertips. You may actually feel it internally, like a rhythmic beating. See if you can bring your awareness inward, practicing introception, going inward and feeling and sensing the subtle energies of your body and the heartbeat and rhythm. You may notice the rhythm of the heartbeat, but you also may notice the rhythm of your breath. And as you bring your awareness to your breath and really notice your in breath and your out breath, you may actually feel the layering of the breath and the heartbeat within the space of the breath. You can keep your hand there if that feels comfortable for you, or you can release your hand. See if you can hold your palms facing up, somewhere resting with your palms facing up. And imagine a connection with your heart center and the energy center in the palms of your hands. You may notice the heartbeat or the flow of blood and energy down the arms into the hands. You may even notice the pulsing or energy at your fingertips. Or you may notice nothing at all, and that's okay too. Sometimes we're so conditioned to pay attention to the obvious things that are happening. When we cough or sneeze, that's obvious. But when we breathe, it can be subtle if we're not used to tuning into the breath. We kind of take the breath for granted sometimes because it's so consistent. It's always running in the background. But when you bring your awareness to your breath, suddenly you're noticing more of the subtle nuances of the breath. And the more you bring your awareness inward and zoom into a space within the body, the more you'll notice the subtle layers. Imagine bringing your awareness back into your heart center, visioning that ball of light, that ball of energy, not judging the energy about it moving or not moving, just noticing. And imagine you could see and sense a point, a center point, right in the middle of that sphere. Bring your awareness into the center of the energy center of the heart. This is your source point. Some might call it the 0 point, the source point. Every energy center has one. In fact, you could even tap into the source point within every single cell. There's one. Well, we're going to focus on the heart center for this moment. So imagine you could fold your awareness into, zoom into the center of your heart space. The very center point of that sphere. Just notice how it feels to be aware and close to the source point within your heart. Imagine now that you could begin to fold yourself into that space. Fold yourself and your awareness into the source point. Keep folding yourself inward and then folding yourself inward and then folding yourself inward. Keep going. Keep imagining your awareness being folded in and in some more and in some more. And there'll come a point where you feel like you've hit the center of the heart source point. And it's in that moment that suddenly you might feel your energy hit the center and start to expand out. Let it. Folding in to then expand out. We are always looking for experiences of oneness around us, but there is an experience of oneness within us. Always. We've been programmed to believe and taught that source is outside of us. Something we need to reach or find or acquire outside of us. We pray to God outside of us, or we pray to sources of comfort outside of us, but all of that is folded within us. Within that source point, all of creation exists. Within you, all of creation exists. Within everyone and all of creation exists. We are not separate on the inside and we are not separate on the outside. Although we have a unique expression of our divinity, and we can hold our field as a sacred sovereign space, honoring our unique expression of source. We are always connected to our source, even when we don't feel like we are. And this beautiful source point within the heart space is something we can experience no matter what's happening, no matter where we are. So for some, this will bring peace, relief. Some will feel neutral. Some will feel at home. Some of you may feel overwhelmed by it. There's no right or wrong way to experience your source point. Remain curious without judgment. Remain open without attachment. Remain willing without agenda. Breathe and allow. Because you feel that energy being folded inward and then outward. It's like a inward and folding and then an embracing expansion. Expanding, radiating that light in all directions through your heart center and even further out into the body and the energy field, so that you feel your heart center radiating. And see if you can sense it radiating light in all directions evenly. Sometimes We can radiate light forward and to the sides, maybe even up and down, but the back is guarded and or maybe dense and heavy and there's no room for it. So imagine that light can radiate through the back as well, and maybe, just maybe, some of that density gets melted when our source touches it, transmutes it, softens it, processes it, as we honor and witness any aspects of ourself that we need to heal. Feeling the radiance of your source from within, moving through every cell of your body and all the spaces in between. This is your source. This is your divinity, connected to our shared divinity, one source. This is your connection in your unique expression. With every breath, let it expand. With every breath, let it brighten. In this space of this gathering, you have permission to shine as bright as you possibly can. We don't always feel like we can in life. In different situations and in our life classroom, we may feel like we want to dim our light. That's a choice you can make if that's the choice for peace for you in that moment. Then honor that choice without judgment. In this moment, I invite you to shine even brighter than a moment ago, maybe brighter than you've ever shone before. I give myself permission to shine brighter than ever before in this moment. And then notice how that feels. Notice what happens. Without any expectation, just be with the experience. Be in the choice and willingness to experience more of your source, more of your energy, more of your divinity. Imagine you could shine unapologetically. Imagine you could light up the spaces within you that you've always kept hidden or dark, even if it's just for this moment in this safe space for you. Imagine you can meet those parts of you that you've hidden. Meet them with love and compassion. Meet them with empathy. Those parts of you that you've denied or forgotten about or didn't even realize were there hiding. Fold them into your heart. Stir them in with love and gratitude, acceptance. appreciating and welcoming all aspects of you. Imagine loving all aspects of you, loving yourself unconditionally. We can love the parts of us that we intend to change. We can love the parts of us that we've denied in the past. We can love all aspects of ourselves and still be open to evolve, to change, to shift, to heal, to awaken and remember more and more the truth of who we are. Because the truth is, you are not broken. Sometimes we feel broken, or we feel like parts of us have been broken. But when you stir those parts of you into your heart, touching that source point, all can be healed, all can be forgiven, all can be reconciled within and around us. Healing is a process of remembering, but it's also a process of meeting all aspects of us that are wounded, that are afraid, that have been hurt. Bringing all of those aspects of ourselves into our heart to be reunited, to be harmonized, balanced, so that all parts of us feel unified. Imagine loving and accepting all of you. That opens up the remembrance and recognition of the divine human that you are, the miracle and gift that you are. You are not here to hide any broken parts of you. You are here to remember that you are whole and complete, and that those parts of you that feel broken are simply disconnected and need to be united, brought in, welcomed, honored, witnessed, processed, mended with love, mended with acceptance. It is our minds that are convinced. They've been convinced for many, many years. Convinced that we are broken, need fixing, that we're a problem. Even evidence that our body is broken or diseased with symptoms, illness. When we stir it all in, we tap into the potential for healing, for remembering, for unifying, harmonizing, and balancing all aspects of ourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and etherically. Instead of looking in the mirror and seeing what's wrong, we look in the mirror with gratitude and appreciation for the divine energy and light that is within us, looking back at us, a reflection of our divinity. When we meet the symptoms in our body, more like a friend or a signal, the body signaling us, inquiring, asking us for something, for some shift, a shift at the level of the mind, a shift in what we're eating or how we're moving, a shift. We can make a conscious choice to honor the body, to listen to it. Our energy field and our physical body has an innate intelligence. It knows what it needs to heal, to come back into harmony and balance. It wants to be harmonized. It wants to be working symbiotically on all levels. We could have a harmonious relationship within our heart, our mind, our body, our energy. That is the invitation. Should you choose to say yes, yes, thank you, I'm willing. Yes, thank you, this is what I choose. To welcome and honor all aspects of myself. To heal and remember my wholeness. My divinity. My light. I embrace my light as well as embrace all aspects of my shadow. Because within the shadow there are gifts. There are insights. Deny no parts of you. Embrace and accept all of you. For the gift and the miracle that you are. Take some more deep breaths. Let the words land deep in your heart and soul, but also into every cell and all the spaces in between. Immerse yourself in the truth. Immerse yourself in your divinity, your divine light. And unite your humanness and your divinity. Become the divine human that you're meant to be now. So you take another deep breath. See if you can hold that experience of the embodiment and the immersion. Holding steady as you bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings, feeling your heart lit up and expanded. You may feel guided to keep your eyes closed and stay longer. You may feel ready to open your eyes and experience the world around you through a different lens, a lens of love, love for self and love for all of creation. And wherever you feel stretched, wherever you feel it's a bit of a stretch, there's work to do. If you could love most of yourself, but there was a little part of you that you weren't quite ready to love, then that's your work. That's the work. That's the heart work. Those are the leftovers to look at. That's your body's way of saying, hey, check out this. Look here. There's still something here. There's discordant energy here. There's leftover emotions. There's a thought or belief that's not serving and not in alignment. So we approach everything not from a place of judgment, but from a place of curiosity and wonderment. Recognizing that every moment is an opportunity. Every breath is a gift. And your presence here on this earth at this time has purpose. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for being here in this gathering, but I also thank you for being here on earth. So we're definitely in good company. We need the company that feels aligned so that it's easier to remember. It's easier to tap into that remembrance within us. Take some more deep breaths. And as you land back in your body, you can tune into your heart if you feel guided to post in the chat that you would like some support. If you can be as specific but as succinct as possible so that I can go through and do as many readings as possible. And I'm going to just be guided, so whatever jumps out at me, because I'm serving each individual, but also the collective. So tuning into the messages that are going to support each of us as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go back up. Not Andrea's just asking, I'm not sure if I'm on the right path. I need a new reliable flow of income. Income sources are drying up. I'm looking to open something new as well. Not much moving yet. So, Andrew, when I tune into it, this is a common thing that's happening right now. A lot of people are experiencing some shifts in monetary income, the way the energy flow of money moves through their lives. So, there is an evolution of money. Interestingly, I had that as an insight. I do have a workshop brewing that will come in around the evolution of money and divine compensation. our relationship to money is changing. Our relationship to the energy of money is changing. And the way we will be and are compensated in life is shifting. And the more you can align with the feeling of abundance without attachment to what abundance should or shouldn't look like, the more you can align. At the same time, I understand that there's bills that need to be paid and there's the logistics of life that occurs. So there's times where you may feel like you're compromising a little bit, but I want you to take compromising out of the equation and recognize that sometimes you need to make the choice that feels like peace. And sometimes a choice for peace is maybe sticking with something that doesn't quite feel aligned fully until something new comes in. And then other times we're meant to let go completely and really take the leap and trust that that new thing will come in once we let go of the old way. So there's a little bit of that coming in for you, but also I can feel like others, there's a lot of energy around money right now that people are really feeling. Let's see what else. I will put out that workshop. I was kind of feeling like it might be in May, so I can't guarantee, but that's what's trickling. But I do have, my son is getting married next week, which is really exciting. So I won't be doing the Living Oneness gathering next Wednesday, but we can be open to maybe the Divine Compensation workshop coming toward the end of May. There's a feeling of you being on track, but there's also a feeling of you being a little bit distracted. So I'll let you discern where your distractions are and where your on trackness is. Just go. Sorry, this is, I have to stretch this a bit. There we go. Barb, when you're saying low enrollment around a camp, like you guiding, leading a camp, the enrollment is kind of guiding you in a different direction. I feel like there's a tweak or something different that you're meant to do around it. There's like a different offering. It's similar, but it's different. And it's not showing me clearly. It's just I keep seeing this is what you've been doing. And there's like an overlap, but a new way coming in. So I feel like there's got to be a tweak or a shift that needs to happen. And if you can be still and quiet and sit, I see you setting a timer, and this is really good exercise for everybody, setting a timer, but it's long, like at least 33 minutes, where you set a timer and you just sit still and be in silence with your eyes closed. And your intention is to become clear about whatever it is you need to be clear about, not too specific, keep it broader. And then the next time you do it, if you go 33 minutes again, you could go more specific. But the first time I need you to just whatever I need to be, whatever I need to receive clarity around. And then I feel like you'll receive something that will lead you into more clarity. Like you'll like get the breadcrumb you need that will take you to the next piece. Beverly, when we have a feeling of an invasion into our body or space, how can we assess what it is? Like a human cording your energy cord, or a non-human entity or our ego. Yes, discernment is key in identifying that, but you can ask yes or no questions as well and use your intuition that way. So I often encourage people to ask, is there external interference in my field? Yes or no? And you'll get a sense of yes, or you'll get a sense of no. Sometimes your yes and no can be hijacked if there is external interference, if there's unbalanced energy intruding in the field, if there's an entity in the field, sometimes it will interfere with your ability to connect to your intuition. So that's the first question I would ask is there something in my body or in my energy field that does not belong here? Yes or no? And then you can ask, is it a energy cord? yes or no. And sometimes when you get a yes, then you'll get an indication of where it's coming from, and then you can pull it and release it to that person, back to that person. But discernment is key. Asking the question and using the standing sway test. I've talked about that in the Evolving Intuition program. Those are ways that you can ask and find out with the yes or no. The ego right now is running a lot of interference and using external interference together. It's almost like joining forces. So it becomes really challenging sometimes to unravel the rat's nest that can be those things. So sometimes it's not just one thing. Is there more than one thing going on in my field? Yes or no? And if you get the answer yes, then you know you have a bit of a rat's nest you need to unravel. So then it's not just one thing that needs to be removed or one thing that needs to be cleared. There's a lot more. What I'm seeing is a lot more rat's nests. So I had someone reach out yesterday for a laser session, a 15-minute session, and we cleared there was so much interference in her field. It was incredible. But within 10 minutes, she felt lighter and clearer again, and she was just right on track. But there was like a number of things. So it was there was an energy cord, there was several entities, there was a lot of interference in the back of the field, there was injections kind of going on in the brain. That's just the nature of what's happening right now, too. So the more you practice what we did today, amplifying from the center source point, radiating your light out, you become like your own firewall. You become your own field of impenetrable light. That's ideally what I'm trying to get everybody to practice and to embody, because the interference is going to keep coming until it's not. Eventually, there will be no interference, but right now it's going to keep coming until we make the big shifts. So, as a collective, we need to make the big shifts. So, in the meantime, keeping your field clear is essential. And I know, Beverly, we've got the ego removal session. When we remove ego, with the ego removal session, for those of you that don't know, I do that. We remove ego from your field because ego has become a separate entity. It used to be part of our human consciousness. We come in, we develop an ego, and it gives us an experience of being separate from everyone else. And the ego has served a purpose for a long time. And then it evolved into becoming a really overprotective helicopter parent that would stop at nothing to keep us safe. So it would use fear to keep us playing small, and it would run interference on the inside. The ego has separated itself out to become a separate consciousness. So we have our human consciousness and then the ego consciousness. So it's a separate entity within our field. So it's something on the inside running interference, like having an intruder on the inside that's working against you and sabotaging you in many different ways. But it's also inviting unbalanced energies, opening up the door and bringing them in, and working in partnership with them. So it's become very much in the past 2 or 3 years a big problem. And for some people, it's actually detrimental that they remove it. And if you feel that you're one of those people that it needs to be removed and it needs to be removed soon, then you can reach out. I do offer one-on-one sessions for that. The the intention right now, again, going back, is the more you can amplify your field. You don't have to expand your field way out there. In fact, if you have it way out there, it's going to be so far out that you're going to be picking up on so much interference. You want to have your energy field about an arm's length in all directions, 360 degrees around you. That is going to allow you to really do the more maintenance and hygiene of the field, keeping the field clear and clean. If your energy field is expanded way out, then it makes it harder for you to keep it clean. So keep it an arm's length and use the radiating source point, amplifying the field from the inside, radiating that light in all directions. So you become more like the sun, and anything that tries to get into your field will burn off at the edge of the field. Your ability to keep your field amplified and clear is a practice. It's like a non-negotiable practice right now. That is the one thing that I learned to do over the last 10 years, and I keep my field clear. It's pretty much at the point where it can't be penetrated, but if there's anything even on the edge of it, I'm aware of it. So I clear it right away and keep it clear. So I know that was a long answer to that question because there's a lot of pieces, but I feel like a lot of people had a lot of need to understand some of what's going on in that context. When it comes to external interference, if you're hearing a voice that's not yours in your mind or thoughts that sound like you but aren't your thought, that's interference. There's something in your field that's feeding. I noticed yesterday I was getting the information around earworms. There's actually like a feeling of an earworm, and it's like a thought or something that keeps coming in that's not yours. It's like having a virus in your computer hard drive and you don't know it's there, but it's affecting everything. In our energy field, we can have external interference, which is unbalanced energy with its own agenda that will interfere with your intuitive channel. It will interfere with your thoughts. It'll interfere with your ability to discern. It'll interfere with your health, with your physical body. It'll interfere with your digestion. It does a lot of things. It's like having a parasite and a virus in the field. And when you have it removed and you have the ability to discern, once you clear the field and you're like, wow, this is what a clean field feels like, then when there's stuff that comes in, you'll notice it right away. But when it's been in there or sneakily got in there somehow over time, it's not always easy to discern and identify and remove. And that's again where the one-on-one sessions with me, we can do a clearing for that. I do the shorter sessions, 15 and 30-minute sessions as well. If you have a lot in your field, you might want to do a longer session. But in my resources as well, there's an external interference course. So you can learn more about it. There's tools in there to help you clear it. I'm going to be adding some more tools in there as well and different resources of things that I found over the years that really help keep the field clear and support your environment. But there's just a lot of interference right now. It's just the nature of where we are in our evolution, and the unbalanced energies are feeling threatened and they're getting a little bit extra right now. So that's just what it is. All right, let me just tune in. Hmm. Krista, I'm just, the mold related illness is just jumping out. There is in the Zen cleanse, if you go to my website, the free one on the detox, I have a free course on the detox, and I talk about the Zen cleanse. And they have one specific for the lungs. It's a 28-day clearing and detox for the lungs. That's what's jumping out at me when I saw your comment. And the course for the detox is free. And then there's also a link where you can save 5% if you go to Zen Cleanse website for that. So that's one thing that's coming in. There's other pieces, but I'll leave it at that because I'm just aware of the time. Hmm. I'm going to go to just a general message for everybody. Let me just tune in. I can feel like as soon as I close my eyes and kind of tuned in for everybody, I can hear like frequencies coming in and tones in the ears. There's energies trying to come in the form of frequency. And they're coming in on the level of like a tone, but there's a message in it. And if you open up to receive the message, it may be translated into words, but it may be translated into energy, or it may be translated into a feeling or sensation in the body. It can be downloaded. but there's definitely information that's coming right now. If you go out and stand and face the sun for a couple minutes with your eyes closed, face toward the sun, eyes closed, palms open, some of those downloads and information can come in a little bit easier that way too, because you're opening and using the rays of the sun to support you, the energy of the sun. Often when I do that, I see different sacred geometric shapes in my eyes. I can see like different shapes and formations in the eyes. So those are ways that you can actually receive more information that way too. If you are feeling like you need a private session or an intuitive reading, you can go to my website and you can book it online. If you don't see anything on my calendar, because my son is getting married next week, I won't be booking much next week. Just let me know. You can reach out and I can add you to my list. I only book a week or two ahead. I have regular clients that I have penciled in, but I only open up space a week or two ahead. So if you're needing a session, you feel guided and you feel like you're meant to, then reach out and I can put you on my list and then I'll let you know when space opens up or I can book you in the next couple of weeks. I want to take a moment just to really, again, gratitude and appreciation for all of you, for being here, for being willing, for being present, for being the messengers and the beacons of light that you are in the world. I need you to know that your presence is not going unnoticed. And when we gather together, we are amplifying a field that is actually creating the shift that we need to make individually and collectively. So you are contributing to the collective evolution, you are contributing to Mother Earth's evolution and our cosmic evolution and your own individual evolution at the same time. So I appreciate all the work you're doing and all your presence and your willingness to dig deep when you need to dig deep. For the next week when I'm away, next Wednesday, there'll be no Living Oneness gathering, but I do invite you to use this time as a sacred appointment with yourself. Go back and listen to one of the previous ones. You can go back and do withdraw previous consent. That's a good one to revisit every once in a while. The prey-predator syndrome stuff is really great. Anything that helps you radiate and feel really aligned with your divinity, whatever one jumps out at you, go back and listen to a Living Oneness gathering, or take this hour and walk in nature, go bathing in the forest and feel the energy of the forest. Use this time as a divine appointment for yourself. Next week at this time, I will hold energetic space. I won't show up on Zoom, but I will be holding energetic space during this hour as well, because it is a sacred hour. It is a sacred time. And I honor each of you for being with me and sharing this space with me each week. I appreciate you. I honor you. I see you. I am so grateful. Until next time, love and blessings.